the office today, it sounds like.
I'm sorry, it sounded like a bunch of hyenas in there. But Taylor's gone on, and he's actually getting ready to start a new venture in his life. All exciting, and all of it is serving. I mean, it's just wonderful. Taylor?
So hey, it's good to see you, buddy. It's good to be back here. I appreciate
Good to
y'all
have you in here, man.
having me in today. But yes, I made the transition a few years ago from Door High School to Jasper Junior High School, and it has been such a blessing. I have taught special education for the last 5 years, and when I moved to Jasper, I switched from the resource special education setting to the self-contained setting, and honestly, I would not have had it any other way, because these last 3 years with those kids and everybody I work with, it has been the biggest blessing. And I know, I honestly think the last 3 years with our kids, they've probably taught me more than I've ever taught them. And so that was a change that I'm very thankful that the good Lord allowed that opportunity for me. And kind of like what you mentioned was something new. I'm actually about to begin my internship in graduate school with UAB in psychometry, which psychometry is just basically IQ testing. And so I'm getting ready this summer to spend the summer at the Hale school system doing my internship, because here at Jasper, our psychometrist doesn't work long enough during the summer. And so the Haleville City School System is the closest for me. And big shout out to Davey Reed, Haleville High School's principal, for allowing me to do that. And so that's really where I'm at right now, is just focusing on finishing this graduate program and looking into some doctorate program opportunities.
Wow. And, hey, look, I'm a big fan of the Reed family. I cover Preston throughout his whole time. I covered the whole family during the wrestling time, and they're just a great family, and it's just wonderful to see that you got that opportunity from Davey. Talk a little bit about what really led you to move from kind of more athletic center to where you're opening it up and wanting to help children with special needs.
So I like to say 20 to 30 in my lifetime was really about trying to get established in the adult world and really just trying to get a foot down. And I'm trying to look at 30 to 40 is where I really execute a lot of the ideas that I had in my 20s. And I feel like I'm finally in a better place mentally and spiritually, to where I'm in a position to where I can actually, it not just be a dream anymore, but a realistic goal.
Wow. Wonderful. And now, you did say 30 or 40. You got a birthday coming up, though.
I do. I will actually turn 31 years old this Sunday.
Oh, man. He said 31. I remember 31. It was 21 years ago. Anyway, so Taylor, your IQ testing is obviously going to be a really, really, really fundamental as a foundation to help out and to be able to kind of categorize where this child needs this help. And, you know,
I was going to ask if he could IQ test me and you before he left today, but it may be embarrassing for both of us.
Hey, just let me know. I got my testing kit out in the car. I can go outside and get it.
I feel kind of bad because I'm wearing a hat and James needs to be wearing a hat, so I'll just match him there. What's your overall, though? What do you really see as your longest of long-term goals when you are at, let's say, maybe 70? You're getting to the point where it's time to wind it all down. When you look back, what's the mark that you really hope to make?
At the end of the day, I just want to be able to say that I made a positive impact in the lives of others, and that I was able to be a lot for them. Because I know one thing that actually led me into special education originally is I wanted to serve. And that's the way I've always looked at my job and my career in special education, is that's given me an opportunity to serve just like Jesus served us. And that's one way I'm viewing my graduate program with the IQ testing, is that it's just a different avenue to serve. And so I haven't always done a good job, but I really do try to be intentional with being a lot and serving others and leading them to Jesus.
Absolutely. That's the man of the plan.
I do want to remind everybody too. This week is Teacher Appreciation Week, so that was one of the reasons we wanted to have you in today too, is to get a teacher involved. And I can tell you, if your end goal is to just to have made an impact, I think you've already made that just from the things I've heard about you. To let the listeners know, my wife subs in the special needs classroom a lot of times, and she, from day one that she started subbing in there, she has been like, Mr. Keeton is the sweetest, nicest young man, you know. And she told me one thing, you even went to the prom with one of your students,
I
right?
did. Last year, I had a student, and it was her senior year, and we were trying to figure out a plan for prom because I know parents aren't allowed to go to prom, and so talking with the mother and our administration as we got it worked out, where I would escort her during her senior prom, and I'm so glad that we got that experience together. It was such a great night. I was happy for the student. I was happy for the parent. It was just a great opportunity, and I feel like the good Lord put me where I'm at right now at this season in my life because He knew I needed to be where I'm at.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm sure that your students, you get as much of a blessing from them as they do from you, for sure.
Oh, I mean, it's every day. I never have to worry about if I'm loved or appreciated because I'm reminded by our students daily.
Yeah.
We could
Yeah.
just be sitting in class, doing some paperwork, teaching a lesson, and just randomly one of our kids, hey, Coach K, hey, buddy, love you. Love you too, buddy. And so that's one thing that I have been very, very blessed with is the opportunity to be around such pure souls in our unit. And like I said, at the end of the day, when I look back, I truly think that I'll be able to say they taught me more than I ever taught them.
Yeah, yeah, definitely so. And then you're also involved with the Jasper All Stars basketball team that we've covered a couple times. That's a lot of fun. We never
Yeah.
leave without smiling and laughing. So I know you guys really enjoy that too.
We love that so much, and our kids love it. And I got to give a big shout out to Coach Brandy Hall. She's a former state champion head coach at Jasper High School. She has done a great job with the kids and a great job with the basketball program with the kids. And it's something that not just the kids, but even us staff, we look forward to when our basketball field trips come because it's such a great opportunity.
Yeah.
And it's not just a great opportunity for our kids to get to play the sport, but it's a great opportunity just for them to get out in public, to be around a different people than what we're used to in our environment.
Right.
Different students, because we don't just practice and play at Jasper. We actually travel to different schools. And so I think it is great socially as well as athletically for our kids.
Yeah, and I think it's great not just for you guys kids, but for the other kids that they're involved with. It's really great for them to be involved with y'all's program.
And that's one thing I do have to brag on with the other schools that we visited. The other schools and players, everybody has always been so supportive, so loving to our kids. And at the end of the day, that's all we could ask for is just support and love our kids. Support our kids and love our kids.
Now, I did hear that one time, I won't name the school, but one school forgot that it was kind of for fun and was dunking on your guys a lot.
Well, we there was a game that we had a little closer game than what we anticipated, but got to brag to Coach Hall again because after that game they got back to work, and when they hit the court next time,
They were ready.
they were ready. They were ready because they learned you can't just show up and expect to win. You gotta have the right mindset and the practice behind it. And after that close one, they got back to work, and it showed the next time they were on the court.
That's good. That's really good. Now, I know that you have a passion also for weightlifting, right?
I do. I used to be a competitive power lifter. I used to compete in the USPA organization, and that's one thing that I've kind of retired from.
Yeah.
Just because I still love fitness and it's still my passion, but just my personal goals have kind of evolved from the fitness world more into I guess I would say the education world and just trying to be a lot because going back to how just mindsets and goals change is I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I've actually joined our crew youth team at Desperation Church.
Wonderful.
And I'm serving under the youth pastor Cole Bonner. And that is an experience that I started in February, and that's one thing that I have absolutely loved. And getting the opportunity to do that was a prayer answered. And that's how I know, I say sometimes when you feel like your life is falling apart, a lot of times God's just letting it fall together. And I feel like that's one thing I've been able to see firsthand, because as I've gotten older, I can look back the last 10 years from 20 to 30 at just different seasons in life and realize God was just putting the pieces together the entire time. And so that's something that I'm very passionate and excited about.
Yeah, awesome. Let's see, we're going to take a break real quick here on Live at 9, and then when we come back, we'll keep talking to Taylor Keeton. Now, Andrea tried to correct me. Is it Jasper High School or Jasper Junior High School or both? Or
It's kind of both.
Yeah.
I'm technically a Jasper Junior High teacher.
Oh, okay.
But in our self-contained unit, we have our 7th through 12th graders grouped together.
Right.
And they actually transition through 3 different self-contained teachers throughout the day.
Oh, okay.
And so they're getting an opportunity, instead of being in one classroom all day, they're having a chance to get out in the gen ed population and transition class to class. And it tries to just be more inclusion for our students. And that is something that I think is great about the special education program at Jasper, is that they do have those opportunities that a lot of other self-contained units don't.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
I think Jasper, I got to give Jasper City School System and Kathy Edgell a big 10 out of 10 on the self-contained unit and how it's been organized, because it gives the kids so many more opportunities that I know even when I was student teaching in college, you don't see many schools that have a self-contained unit like that. And so I'm very thankful for the unit that we have and the kids that we have, because at the end of the day, it takes a team to make it work.
Oh, I'm sure. We're going to take a quick break real quick. And when we come back, I want to talk more about the classroom. And I've heard about so much fun y'all have in there. We'll talk about some of the fun you guys have. And then I know Brian's got some more questions as well. So we'll take a quick break here to hear from our sponsors. We'll be right back on Live at 9 with James Phillips on WGLX.
Young Jewelers. That name has been a part of Jasper for a long, long time. As a matter of fact, for 3 generations and over 70 years, Young Jewelers has been located in downtown Jasper, striving to earn your loyalty with quality and customer service. Young Jewelers has set the standard in diamonds, jewelry, and gifts. You can afford to have a diamond from Young Jewelers. Our friendly staff can assure you of that. And you're always greeted with a smile and a genuine concern for your needs. Whether it's custom design work or diamonds from one of the name brand vendors, a consultation at Young Jewelers will have you feeling confident you've made the right choice. Young Jewelers, located across from City Hall on 19th Street and online at youngjewelers.com.
Start your story at Bevel State Community College. Whether you need seamless academic transfer classes, high-wage, high-demand career technical or health science programs, rapid training opportunities that get you into the workforce quickly, dual enrollment or adult education courses, Bevel State is your community college for a quality education. Visit bscc.edu to learn about our convenient and affordable options to make your future visible. Your story starts at Bevel State.
Carl Cannon, Chevy, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Corridor X, and Jasper. We're more than just a new car dealer. We're a certified pre-owned dealer, too. As a used car dealer in Jasper, we have access to a wide variety of used cars from across the area. As a new Buick, Chevy, Cadillac, and GMC dealer, we have the latest models that GM provides from 4 amazing brands. Let us show you around our dealership. With so many options, we're sure you'll find what you're looking for. Browse our inventory online at carlcannon.com. When other dealers can't, Cannon can. Carl Cannon, Corridor X at Industrial Boulevard in Jasper.
Hi guys, I'm Dr. Martin Roberts, owner of Jasper Veterinary Clinic. 3 years ago when I set out to open my own clinic, Pinnacle was my bank of choice to help that dream become a reality. Recently, when we needed to expand and had the opportunity to acquire property adjoining to ours, I made one call to Wayne and he set those wheels in motion. If you have banking needs, give Pinnacle a call.
Hello everyone, I'm Drake McKenzie from All South Land and Timber. We have been banking with Pinnacle Bank for over 25 years. The customer service at Pinnacle Bank is first class. We highly recommend banking with Pinnacle Bank for all of your financial needs.
I'm Robin Reed Allen, Chairman of the Board of Pinnacle Bank. Come see our team and make Pinnacle Bank your bank too.
Pinnacle Bank, member FDIC.
If you're craving great food in a place that feels just right, it's time to head to Jake's on 4th in downtown Jasper. From stacked made-to-order burgers to hearty favorites fresh off the grill, every dish at Jake's is cooked with care and full of flavor. It's comfortable, relaxed, and always welcoming. Whether you're meeting friends, enjoying a casual dinner, or just want a laid-back spot with great atmosphere, Jake's on 4th delivers every time. Located at 1810 4th Avenue South of downtown Jasper, Jake's is open Wednesday through Saturday with lunch from 11 to 3:30 and dinner 5 to close. Jake's has great food, an easygoing vibe, and it's a place you'll want to come back to. Jake's on 4th, fine dining done the Walker County way.
Hey, this is Nick Norris from The Game Managers. Every Friday afternoon at 6 on WJLX, Patrick Hanna and I break down the news of the week in sports. From local high school games to the biggest moments in college and the pros. No hot takes for clicks, just sports news, real analysis, and the conversations you actually want to hear. If you like sports as much as us, then make The Game Managers part of your Friday nights. We'll see you there.
The sound of Walker County on 101.5 is WDXB HD3 Pelham, W286BM Jasper, an iHeart radio station. Listen on the free iHeart radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
You're listening to Live at 9 with James Phillips, presented by Young Jewelers on WJLX.
Yeah.
Back on Live at 9 here with James Phillips on WJLX. It's a beautiful Thursday morning, and we've got Coach Taylor Keeton with us. I guess we still call you Coach, even though technically you're not coaching right now, right?
That is one thing I have learned is once you're called Coach, that will always stick with you, because even when I see former coaches that have coached me from the time I was 5 until I was 18, no matter where you're at in life, it's always going to be Coach.
Well, we want to thank our sponsors, our title sponsors, Jake's on 4th. Go check out Jake's today for some lunch. If you need suggestions, I'll let Coach look over the menu because he's the nutrition guy. But I would suggest a bologna sandwich. I bet he might not go that direction.
Well, old school, it's so typical, but you can't go wrong with chicken, veggies, and rice.
There you go. Anything chicken, veggies, and rice, and I guarantee you Jake's has got that on the menu today. And then also Young's Jewelers, thank you guys for sponsoring us. Can't wait to see the work start on the new Young Jewelers, but don't wait till then to go see them. Go get everything you need. Coach is turning 30. He doesn't have a significant other yet. He may have to look at Young's Jewelers at some point for a nice ring or something too.
Yeah, it's still just me right now, but I do have to say I have gotten a daughter within the last year. Her name is Hannah Grace.
Yeah.
And she is an English cream golden retriever.
There you go.
So I am a girl dad.
Oh, how about that? Well, so whoever does come into your life, they're going to have to have baggage now, right?
Yeah, I do have to say she is jealous.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's the way the dogs can be sometimes. Well, Coach, thanks for joining us this morning. It's Teacher Appreciation Week, and we want to say we appreciate you and all the teachers in our area for what you guys do. Underpaid, underappreciated, but man, you guys, you make the next generation, and in the world that we're living in right now, that next generation is going to be very important.
Yes, that's right, because at the end of the day, when we're teachers, we're just building the future.
Yeah, definitely so. Now, talk about y'all's classroom a little bit, just the way that things go. It seems to me, I mentioned earlier, my wife subs with you guys a good bit, and every time she comes home from subbing in that class, it's a smile on her face, and it's a song in her heart, that kind of thing. She doesn't do that at every class that she's in. So what does it make your class different?
To be honest, I don't really think it's necessarily anything us teachers do. I think it's our kids that make it so special.
Yeah, I think so. What I know, she says that y'all listen to music a lot. The kids sing throughout the day, and I know Jennifer Smith comes in with Dream Fit. So what's some of the real fun things that you guys do?
Well, one of the real fun things that we like to do is y'all have hit on it is our Dream Fit basketball. But another thing that our students love to do is really just anytime we have any field trips where they get to experience the community.
Yeah.
Like there was one field trip this year. We went to the square in downtown Jasper, and our kids got the Christmas Carol.
Yeah, I came out for that and videoed it for the station. They were so good too.
And so then I got they did practice. Talk about that basketball game helped shape a lot of different things. So they practiced hard with one of our teachers, Miss Amanda, for their Christmas caroling, and they showed up and they showed out because Lord knows I'm glad they didn't ask me to sing. I'm glad they're the ones singing.
Well, and there was a big crowd on the courthouse square for it too. They had a big turnout.
And some people fold to pressure, but our kids, that's what they live. They love it. And so when they saw the cameras and the spotlight, their switch flipped and they were ready to go.
Yeah, and they do. They love. We've become friends with the kids. I feel like me and Brian have in our broadcasting, because they come up to us in public now and they recognize who we are, and it's, hey, when you coming to my next basketball game, and usually we get a hug from almost everybody on the team. So.
Well, that's one thing about our kids is I think I mentioned it earlier, but they're so pure, and the love they have it's unlike anything you'll experience. And going back to what you said, and they love the support.
Yeah.
The support means a lot to them, and seeing the outside support, it makes us teachers feel good too, just to realize how much our kids are loved and appreciated, not just by us, but by everybody.
Right. Now, talk about the new role that you're looking to go into as far as the IQ testing, and how does that affect? Like, I guess my first thought on it, just from my time in school, which was a long, long time ago now, IQ testing, okay, gifted class. But what are other ways that IQ testing functions throughout the school?
So how I got initially introduced to psychometry, so as a special education teacher, before a child can qualify for special education services, they have to go through an evaluation process, and which would include IQ assessments and different assessments. But the psychometrist is the person that would give the student the IQ assessment to determine if they could qualify or not for the services.
Okay.
And so the psychometrist in a school setting, the school psychometrist works hand in hand with the special education teacher and the IEP team, because the special education teacher would get the paperwork done, and the psychometrist would be the individual who actually assesses the kids.
Right. Well, that's interesting. And would that be done up and down as far as the classroom goes, or is it just if someone is suspected of needing testing or assessment, that sort of thing?
It would really, we can't just, even if you suspect a student, we still have to have consent.
Right, so it kind of goes through the parents.
Right. But a lot of times parents could raise concerns and request for an evaluation to take place, and that's where I would come in, as I would be the person that gives the assessments to the student.
Right. How do you think it helps you to have been in a classroom setting with students who might need that sort of testing?
Well, I know one thing about my program, and one thing with being a special education teacher for the last 5 years, it's kind of what I mentioned earlier, is paperwork.
Right.
Different times in my career as a special education teacher, you see paperwork, but you may not really understand what it all means.
Right.
Like scores and different things like that. And I know since I've started this program, I actually started it last spring, so I've completed all my courses in a year. And throughout this entire year, I really feel like it's helped me become a better special education teacher, because I actually have a lot better understanding when it comes to some of the paperwork, what the numbers actually mean and how the numbers can be interpreted. Because as a psychometrist, I won't just give IQ assessments. I'll give the assessments, interpret the data, and then write reports on the data and what they may indicate.
Yeah. It's really interesting. I never thought to even that would even be a role,
It's so funny talking about how the good Lord lines up your path is because when I was 18 years old, getting ready to graduate high school, I really had no idea what direction in life I wanted to go in. But I love psychology, and but I knew to do really anything with psychology, I had to go to school for a long time.
Right.
And I've actually realized I'm in a position now to where when I complete this program, I can go into a doctorate psychology program.
Oh,
and
awesome.
So that's what I'm trying to decide now if I'm going to go a PhD route or PsyD route in clinical psychology. And so I almost feel like I'm 18 again, trying to
Right,
figure
decide
out
what you
which
wanna
way,
do.
yeah, which way life's going to go. But I'm just thankful that the good Lord does give me opportunities.
Well, speaking from experience, he'll do that every season of life. You get those little opportunities to make a change or move in different directions, and he's been good to me to kind of. Sometimes it's a nudge. Sometimes he'll rip a leg off. Like it just, you never know.
Or kick you in the rear.
Or yeah. So you got to be ready for just whatever comes up, and God's always with you.
Amen. Like I tell our kids sometimes, we got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Right.
So always got to be ready.
Right. Now, what do you think this next season? You wouldn't have guessed at 18 that you would be where you are today. What do you think is going to be the surprise coming this next season in life? You're turning 31. That's a big step there.
To be honest, really, this next season, I'm trying to prioritize myself more.
Right.
And I know I've went really, really hard the last 10 years, 20 to 30. And at this point in life, I'm really just trying to take care of myself. It sounds cliche, but have the inner peace.
Right.
And really just learn more even about my own self.
Yeah.
And so because at the end of the day, I think I don't want to ever remain the same. I always want to find areas that I'm weak in and different places in my life that I can improve, not just worldly, but morally and in my character.
Yeah.
And so I'm really just been soul searching, just trying to just see different ways that I can grow as a person and as a man and grow in Jesus.
Oh yeah, yeah. Brian, what you got over there?
I hope he doesn't mind, but I was looking at the IQ test, thinking about this for a minute. I can see where obviously there's going to be identification where you can see, okay, this child's on the autistic spectrum, or it could be they have disabilities in some way. How much of that is a barometer that you can use to branch off and identify where there's potential problems that people haven't seen before?
Well, there's one thing with an IQ assessment. One IQ assessment may actually be like 20 different subtests. And so with an IQ assessment, say you give the KABC2, which with that subtest I had to give 18 subtests. And with the subtest, you can identify an area that a student is weaker in and an area a student may have a strength in. An example, they could score great in reading, but when it comes to mathematics, they may have a deficit, and it could help you search for something such as a specific learning disability. That the student may have a SLD in a specific academic area. And so it does help identify more so a student's needs.
Oh, fascinating. Now, he's also got another job there at Jasper, which is a cool thing. He did it last year. He's kind of the fitness guru for some programs. Talk a little bit about that, Taylor.
So before I ever became an educator, I worked at a gym in Birmingham for over 5 years, and I was a personal trainer and gym management. And when I transitioned into education at Dora High School, I did the strength and conditioning program for the boys and girls athletics at Dora. And when I made the move to Jasper, I've been strength and conditioning the varsity girls softball and basketball teams, and just continuing my passion, just trying to stay involved somewhat around the fitness community, the strength and conditioning community, because I've always said my two passions are mental health and physical health. And so that's really the path that I'm trying to pursue, at least career-wise, in the future, is mental health and physical health.
When it's neat with the strength and conditioning stuff, how each sport is so different too. So you have to have a plan in every sport.
Right.
To break down the nutrition and what you should be doing and that kind of thing.
Right, and that is. I'm glad you actually brought up nutrition, because the old saying, you can't out-train a bad diet.
Right.
You are what you eat. And a fun fact too, talking about diet and nutrition, going into with psych, is when people think of dopamine and serotonin, the feel-good chemicals that make you feel good, 90% of it's actually produced in your gastral. And so what you eat can actually impact how you feel mentally. And so, and that's one thing I love discovering as I get older and going through these different programs, is realizing just how much the physical does connect with the mental and the nutrition, is it all goes hand in hand. And I'm still, you can never know too much. I'm still trying to learn more every day. And a lot of the things I'll try, like say with diet or even training wise, that's one thing I love about strength and conditioning, is because I can honestly say anything I've made the kids do at any point in time, it's something I've tried or done firsthand. And I know growing up, all coaches can't really demonstrate things they're trying to coach or teach in the weight room or on the field. And that's one thing that I'm thankful that I've been blessed with a healthy enough body to where instead of just trying to coach a lift, I can demonstrate it firsthand and be able to critique any technique reform or anything that needs fixed. Excellent. And so that, I mean, going back to how everything works together, just like you think bench press, chest movement. Well, the bench press is also a major tricep and lat movement as well. That's correct. And so just realizing how to make your body work together to perform different things is just something that fascinates me.
You know, sitting here listening to you, I think that I've come up with an idea for a charity fundraiser. We need a lift-off between Coach Keeton and Nick Norris.
Oh, man.
Oh, Nick. I love Nick. Nick is I work with Nick at Jasper.
Because he works with you now at Jasper.
Yes,
he works with us,
Nick.
too,
And
a lot.
Me and Nick actually we've talked pretty frequently about lifting and everything, and I've told Nick, my buddy, you got me beat. I popped this tricep off my elbow a few years ago, and I had to get my tricep tendon.
Did they have to anchor it back to the elbow? Oh, my brother had to have that on the opposite side recently.
To be honest, that's really why I quit powerlifting.
Yeah.
Because that was an injury that, like I say, it's a Booby Miles kind of injury.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I've had 5 orthopedic surgeries now, but by far this tricep tendon. It hasn't been the same since it's happened.
Well, so Nick's got you beat. We can't do that then.
Nick's got me beat. I got to give Nick kudos, and he doesn't just do a great job lifting. He does a great job marketing himself. And,
he does.
All the different ways that he posts his workout content. So I gotta give Nick a big shout out for that, because I like to joke around and say 5-10 years ago I'd love to do that stuff now, but now I'm the guy that walks in the gym with his headphones on, hoodie up, and I just. It's more so really for me now about staying healthy,
right?
Than the competitive level.
Yeah.
And so I got to give Nick a big shout out. He's got me beat on that bench press.
I knew you guys would be talking to each other in the lunchroom and stuff. I could tell just the different passions that you have all line up. Too.
Nick's got it going on. I mean, not everybody bench presses 400 pounds and gets to win an award show. So,
right? Yeah.
Nick's got it going on.
He's incredible.
But back in the day, I think you could have took him though.
Well, I don't want to say that, because everybody, when it comes to lifting, every day's different.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Your sleep can impact it. How much you've ate, how much you've drank can impact it. I think the most I'd ever bench press to a competition standard was 425.
Wow.
But ever since this elbow, I haven't been able to break past 350.
Man, I've gotten the bar a few times.
Well, hey, the bar's better than nothing. Well, the bar's better than nothing.
Right, that is better than nothing.
After this tricep, I started off with an air bench press.
Oh, yeah.
And had to work back up to a PVC pipe.
Oh,
wow.
But I will say, though, when it comes to lifting, squat was always my built like a T-Rex dinosaur, like a Winnie dog.
Yeah.
I had the short legs, compact legs. I had a competition squat of 650.
Man, that's a lot of weight.
Personal best, just a gym best of 725. And But I always tell people, the competitor in me, it don't matter what you do in the gym if you don't do it on the platform.
That's
So
true.
I don't really like to claim the 725, and I always just say I got 650 in the competition.
You can squat me and Brian for sure.
Oh,
Well, I don't know if I can anymore. Maybe back in the day, but tell you what, I think I could do. I think we could probably all learn how to do it together, because I know that's something I need to do more of.
Right.
I'm actually trying to get back into more as my life is slowing down, get back into more personal training.
Oh yeah.
And
nice.
so that's an avenue that I'm actually looking to further my education in, is back in the fitness industry, because I've just been so busy with everything going on at school and my personal life, and I've really taken a step back from my personal training. But that is one area when life is starting to slow down more, I would like to get back involved with, because it just goes back, at the end of the day, even personal training, I'll view that as a way of serving.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Oh
get
yeah,
to
you're
help
still
people.
reaching people that, and helping people through that.
I remember when I was a 12-year-old, 13-year-old that used to look in the mirror and not be happy with themselves. And I remember how I used to feel when I was younger, and knowing that I get an opportunity not to just to help somebody get in better shape, but help them change the way they view themselves. That is one thing that I really love about that aspect.
Oh yeah. Well, Brian, you got any more questions for Coach before we go?
you know something? It's not a question, but I figure we can all open this up as the last topic.
Go for it.
Obviously, he's a big sports fan. Now, he does kind of go the orange and blue route. Yeah, I know. But at the same time, I think there's all one thing that we can agree on. I don't know about you guys. I've had it with the NIL. This is just broken football. It hadn't completely broken all of sports yet, but pretty soon I think it will.
I agree with you, and I believe the NIL has turned into something that it was never intended to originally. And going back off NIL, is I actually watched an interview of the country singer Luke Combs. He's an Appalachian State graduate, and they were talking to him about NIL, and he stated that he's not donating to his alma mater because, I understand he wants to donate $1 million to a school for a player, and that player end up at your rival school next year.
Exactly.
And so I don't know the legalities of everything, but I feel like there should just be more structure. And even if you do sign a contract, I think they have some type of contracts now, but if you sign a contract, that's it.
Probably structured a little more like the coach's contract.
Right.
Coaches can get in and out of it.
Right.
But at least there's a payout there, where they have to pay back.
And at the end of the day, and not really just NIL, but money. It's easy to get caught up in the moment and not realizing what you truly have, because you're just trying to see if the grass is greener on the other side. Because I've also read a statistic. It's a crazy percentage in sports that athletes enter the portal and never get picked up.
Nope.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
And so, just to any athletes, I understand you want to maximize the best opportunities for yourself, but at the same time, take a step back and realize the people who truly want the best for you, that give you that first opportunity, and just the grass isn't always greener on the other side. The grass is green where you water it. And so, just I wish they would get some more structure with the NIL and some more regulations.
What's your overall thoughts on Alex Golis? How do you think that's going to go?
Well, I don't want to say it couldn't be any worse than how it's been, because I remember a few years ago we were talking, and I think that may have been the Brian Harsin era.
Yes.
I need to wash my mouth out now. But it may have been that era. But I'm a fan of Golis. I like the way he's presented himself. I like some of the stuff I've read up about what the team's saying about him, how different the team culture has changed. And I know firsthand, just from high school coaching, team culture is everything. And he seems like he has the program going in the right direction, but I've said that before. So I'm anxious to really give any predictions, but I do think there'll be drastic improvement, especially with defensive coordinator DJ Durkin coming back, and all SEC All-American linebacker Xavier Atkins. But I mean, it's kind of the same story every year. I think it's going to come down to offensive line and quarterback play.
Yep.
Offensive line and quarterback play, and it even to the point where it come out at one point in time that Tommy Tuberville tried to convince Hugh Freeze to go after Diego Pavia before he ended up at Vanderbilt. And considering that Pavia, and I will say I'm not a fan of Pavia off the field, but he is a great
Me too.
athlete on the field. He was a winner.
Oh, yeah.
And considering how many times he beat Hugh Freeze at Liberty and
New Mexico
when
State.
New Mexico State walked into Jordan-Hare.
Yeah.
It is just mind-blowing that if that is true, that Freeze never really tried to pursue that.
Right.
I remember he used to, from what I'd read on the Auburn websites, build around Peyton Thorne. And I'm just like, let's see what Vanderbilt's done the last 2 years. I'm
Yeah.
thinking, but, I mean, at the end of the day, I know all they're doing the best they know to do with what they have. I don't think any coach would intentionally try to lose or not improve their team because, you know, you don't know what's going on in those coaches' rooms and you don't know what's being said between coaches and athletic directors. So I try to give grace from the outside looking in as a fan. But I think the program will be going slowly in the right direction, and I'm excited to see Byron Brown at quarterback, the USF transfer. He has 3,000-yard passer and 1,000-yard rusher last year at USF. So I'm excited to see how that translates to the SEC.
That's got to have Auburn fans thinking the name Cam Newton, or you know, that's what I would be thinking if I was an Auburn fan.
Well, you're so hesitant to say that because of a former quarterback in 2015.
Right.
That was preseason labeled a Heisman winner and was supposed to be the next Cam Newton at 6'6", 230.
Yeah.
And we saw pretty early that it was not Cam Newton.
Right.
But I am Byron Brown. He is a physical specimen. He's proved it at USF, and a lot of people forget that USF gave Bama fits.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they did.
And so I'm excited to see if that play translates to SEC defenses because I know SEC defenses, a Georgia defense is not a USF defense.
No.
That's true. Brian, I'm glad you brought up sports at the end because it gives me a chance to remind everybody that today, no rest for the weary. Me and Brian are headed to Piedmont in a couple hours, and we'll be there till late tonight doing the Oakland baseball game and wishing the Wildcats well. But people tune in on 101.5 FM at 5 is the first game?
I think so, yeah.
And then 7:30 is the late game. So tune in tonight on social media here on WJLX to listen.
On the road again.
Yeah, it'll be me and Brian and Jonathan Timmons on the air.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess Coach Ronnie Driver is going to join us again too.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I think so. Well, Coach, thanks for coming in today.
Yes, thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate this opportunity.
Like I said, it is Teacher Appreciation Week, so we get to tell you thank you, and you tell all the other teachers we said thank you to.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We appreciate you.
Guys, thanks for tuning in today and for this week. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Until then, be kind and love, and we'll see you on Friday on Live at 9 with James Phillips here on WJLX.